What's up, guys? Clipper and
Kitten.
back with you again. Again, we're doing another video like we did Monday night. Our beloved Alice Lloyd Eagles are in the second round of the River States Conference Tournament. Tonight, they are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to take on the Carlow Celtics. Hopefully, this should be a fairly easy game for Alice Lloyd. I say that because Carlow comes into the game tonight at a record of 0-10. Overall, in the River States Conference, Carlow began fielding a men's basketball team in 2014. If I'm not badly mistaken, their all-time record in conference play is 10 wins as opposed to 91 losses. So if Alice Lloyd comes out and plays their game, they should.
The other team only has 10 wins?
The other team only has 10 wins total since they've been in the conference. This season, they haven't won a game. They've only got to play 10 games this season due to COVID restrictions. They have played some conference games. They've lost all those by a wide margin. In fact, Carlow's closest game that they've played by the final score margin was 11 points to a team...
that makes me sad for that team.
Buffalo, I believe, or I forget the name of that school there as I was doing some pregame, digging around and whatnot. But today, on a more serious note, for me and for Kimberly, it's a sad anniversary. 1 year ago tonight, my mother passed away. So, kind of had a day of where it's been kind of on my mind a little bit, but hopefully getting to watch some basketball will do us both some good. Yeah. Something that I used to do when I went to Alice Lloyd College was I did some radio work for the college radio station. Tonight I may do some play-by-play for Kimberly if they don't have like their own announcers, because some of these teams, they don't have announcers. They'll put the video feed up, but like I said, no announcer. Sometimes for Kimberly, I'll call some games like I used to in college. And perhaps tonight I might do some play-by-play in hopes of, wherever Mom's at, which should be heaven, in my opinion. Maybe she can listen and just smile like she did when she heard me when I was in college. So we'll see how that shapes up. But as of now, we'll be back on at halftime as we will give our opinions and analysis. And hopefully tonight, the internet will provide a consistent feed. The other night, just bad luck over at ALC, but hopefully tonight the pictures will be flying through the air at HD quality from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to our home right here. So we will check back with you at halftime. Hey guys, Clipper and
Kitten.
We're here. We're at the half. Alice Lloyd leads Carlow 53-34. Pretty much about what we expected here tonight. Carlow scored the first 2 points of the game, I believe, then had a lead at 4-2. Then after that, it's basically been all Alice Lloyd. Very balanced scoring. Kamika's Gates has came off the bench for Alice Lloyd to score 11 points. So that's one that's kind of stuck out to me. As far as the rest of the Eagles goes, it's just been very balanced. Noah Scoots Young, he's played his typical game, so is Chandler Stewart. Will Philpott's been the defensive anchor, as he normally is. He is the Cadillac, after all, who drives the Alice Lloyd defense. And again, just very impressive half. Carlow has not attempted to, get down and give up by any stretch of the imagination. They've played hard, and they've played well at times, but Alice Lloyd just has more depth. And they're the more talented team, and also too, it should be noted that Alice Lloyd's size has really created some havoc for Carlow, as they've limited Carlow to mainly one shot and done when they're on offense, and then on the defensive side of the ball, Alice Lloyd just capitalizing to the best of their abilities. I've got the stats pulled up, so that's what I'm staring at right here. They've shot well at the free throw line. 11 of 14. They've been driving down the lane. If they're not getting layups, Carlow's being a little too much eager on the defensive end. They're getting some foul calls. And so Alice Lloyd going to the line, and they're capitalizing on that. 11 for 14 from the free throw line. Alice Lloyd has 28 rebounds, which Carlow actually, looking at the stats, they have 21, but on the offensive glass, Alice Lloyd leads 7-4. So the rebounding battle, a little bit closer than I thought upon second glance. But sometimes you watch basketball games and you think one thing and the stats tell you something else. But at the same time, Alice Lloyd has just controlled the tempo of the game quite well. And if they can hold out, they can continue to play this way in the second half, they'll be moving on to the Final Four of the River States Conference Tournament.
Yeah.
Hey guys, once again, we're here. It's just gone final. Alice Lloyd defeats Carlow 98-74. Second half, to be perfectly honest with you, it was pretty much kind of like a blah, I guess you could say, because
except for there was a wedgie.
Yeah, a wedge, for those who are uninformed about that, sometimes a shot will go up and the ball will get situated between like the end of the rim and the backboard. They call that a wedge.
It gets stuck and they call it a wedgie.
Yeah, it's just gone final. Alice Lloyd defeats Carlow 98-74. Second half, to be perfectly honest with you, it was pretty much kind of like a blah, I guess you could say, because
except for there was a wedgie.
Yeah, a wedge, for those who are uninformed about that, sometimes a shot will go up and the ball will get situated between like the end of the rim and the backboard. They call that a wedge.
It gets stuck and they call it a wedgie.
Yeah. Basically, Alice Lloyd had the game wrapped up in the first half. In the second half, they just kept doing what they were doing in the first. And by about, it seemed like the 12-minute mark of the second half, it kind of just looked like a pickup game where, like it's like in a gym class or something, just going up and down, just getting shots, and just devoid of any intensity at all. I guess Carlow just knew that their season was coming to an end, and that happens sometimes in basketball. But I have to say, out of all the conference basketball tournaments I've watched since I started following college basketball in about 2000 or so, that was probably the least amount of intensity I saw from a losing team in a conference tournament. But as an Alice Lloyd fan, I was happy to see it as the Eagles move on to Saturday's semifinals with a 24-point victory. They will take on West Virginia Tech on Saturday. Still to be determined the time and location of that game. As soon as I find out, we'll do a update there and let you guys know if we're going to be going to the game or not. So aside from that, that's pretty much all that I have. I would like to say that our favorite basketball player for Alice Lloyd is Will Philpott. And tonight we want to give him a special shout out as he led all rebounders from both teams with 14. And also, as far as Alice Lloyd goes, they were led in scoring by Chandler Stewart, who had 18 points. And a very balanced scoring tonight for Alice Lloyd. I touched on it at halftime. The bench scoring wound up being 47-29 in Alice Lloyd's favor. So their depth just really wore down Carlow in the end. And really, Alice Lloyd just cruised to a victory. And anytime you can cruise to a victory in a postseason, says a lot about your team, and it also bodes well for the future because you didn't really have to expend a lot of energy to make it to the semifinals, where I believe from what I saw from the scoreboard, West Virginia Tech and IU Kokomo had a relatively tight game played, so maybe Alice Lloyd might have a little bit of an advantage come Saturday, but we'll just have to wait and see. But that's all I have to say about that. Kitten, how about you?
That's all for me.
Okay, so as soon as we find out where the location is, we'll be back to wrap up this video. But again, a very happy night. And also, before I forget, most importantly, the feed from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania was on point tonight. Got to watch the entire game. They had a very good commentator, so I didn't have to do any play-by-play for Kimberly, so she wasn't yelling at me to shut up or anything.
No, I don't do that.
Hey guys, while you're watching this, it seems like we just snapped our fingers and we've moved right along. it's about, about an hour or so since the conclusion of the Alice Lloyd Carlow basketball game. Going into tonight, we didn't know how they would determine who would be hosting the semifinals. As it turns out, they did a blind draw, and Alice Lloyd had the luck of the draw. They will be hosting Saturday at 2 o'clock at the Perry Campus Center. Some people. Now, if you're watching this in, say, like Idaho or maybe Wyoming, where our friend Christina lives, when we say Alice Lloyd College, most of you are probably like, I've never heard of that place. Where's it at? For our friends, or maybe some of you in the Appalachian region, they know Alice Lloyd's in Kentucky. So, what was my train of thought? What was I even saying? I'm so excited, folks. I'm just, I'm on cloud nine. Kimberly, go ahead.
This is Moo. Little girl, aka Moo. I call her Moo because she's my little schmoopy boopy. Yeah, here's my schmoo.
One of the many pets that we have. And you'll get to meet them as we go on. You've already met Muggsy, for instance. So, by sheer luck of the draw, Alice Lloyd's going to be hosting Saturday. Kimberly and I, or Kitten and I, decided Monday that if Alice Lloyd got another home game, we were just going to, instead of being at the mercy of the Alice Lloyd internet, which comes and goes, we would just drive over and distance the best we can. And we've really missed being in the gyms. I know last season was the first season that Kimberly and I were together. And she had never, if I'm not mistaken, never watched but she had never watched a full basketball game, never been to a basketball game, and lo and behold, she fell in love with the Alice Lloyd Eagles, and she's missed it just as much as I have. I know from my friends that know me, on Monday, I was the one that was like, well, let's take some precautions and see it, and we'll just watch it on the internet.
And I was like, let's go. Let's watch it in person. Let's go.
So after watching a black screen for the second half Monday, I was like, if they get a home game, we're going to go to it. So we're going. Very excited about it. We're going to...
Excited, but also nervous.
Yeah, there is going to be some nerves, and we've got some logistics we're going to be working out. It goes without saying we're going to be wearing our masks, and we're going to... It's our intent to do what we've done tonight in the video Monday. We're going to record pregame, halftime, and postgame, except on Saturday we're going to be on location, so you'll get to see our mask. I believe we're going to be... We'll carry like the miniature hand sanitizers. We'll keep our hands washed. And, if my mind don't change, who knows? We might take a can of Lysol over just to be on the safe side, I mean, I've never been to a basketball game.
If we can figure out how to make a bubble, like the boy who lived in a bubble,
we will.
We'll make a bubble.
Yeah. So that's all I have for this video. I will want to say, not to be, go from like exciting to kind of solemn, but as I said earlier in this video, tonight is the 1 year anniversary that we lost Mom. And I will say it wound up being the luck of the draw, but Alice was getting to host. Maybe Mom was up above. Maybe that's her way of saying, you guys, you go have a good time. And this is a big deal, because if whoever wins this game Saturday is automatically assured to bid in the NAIA National Tournament. Alice Lloyd hasn't been since 1996.
Well,
and it would be really special if we could be in attendance for the first time all season that we've got to go to a game to watch Alice Lloyd add to their history books. So I'd like to think that Mom kind of had the luck on Alice Lloyd's side. So I want to say thank you, Mom. And I love you and miss you. But that's it for tonight. With any luck, we'll be back Saturday, so be looking for us then. And thanks for watching our video tonight and our video the other night. And that's it. Peace.